to play it well, so he can call you a good steward, my faithful servant. Because what I've given you, you have used it and you have brought me increase. That's when I can say that you are my good. Well done, faithful servant. You brought me increase. But he called the unfaithful servant. He said, you're unfaithful because you didn't use it. You didn't use the opportunities I presented to you. You know how many times God, we can count on our hands how many times God has presented opportunities for us to be better than what we are now.
Amen. Come on now.
Think back. You think about it. You be like, man, yeah, I could have did this. I could have did this. Yeah. I think about, I love real estate. So I think about all the houses that I came across, and they were good deals too. But I just didn't have the confidence to do it. And then before I even step and call, someone already got it. God says, I gave you that opportunity. He said, but you wasted it. So you can't blame even the enemy for your state. You can't blame the enemy and say, well, that was the enemy. He just always snatches stuff from me. No, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Amen. God says, time out for us to be chucking responsibility, and we want to blame everything on the devil. The devil ain't did nothing. He got to do it. It's you. Amen. It's you.
That's good.
When it comes down to it, it's you. You are accountable for wherever you go. You're accountable for whatever you govern. You're accountable. He says now it's time for you to take responsibility for more than just yourself.
Come on.
Amen.
That's right.
Because you don't have a passion for nobody else. And Shamar said it good. Gotta be selfless.
Yeah.
But we so selfish. Full of self. If it's going to bless me, then I'll do it.
Come on.
If it's going to make me be seen, then I'll do it. If I'm going to get some gain out of it, then I'll do it. And God despises those type of leaders.
Come on.
He said, woe to those shepherds who pretty much you got the money, but you ain't take care of nobody but yourself. You want to take care of the house of God, but you build your own house over here. And you got gold over here, but then the house of God looking all in ruins.
Come on, that's the word.
He despises those type of leaders who have a title and they don't take responsibility for their title. You took the promotion. God says you are responsible.
Amen.
You're responsible. You can say yay and nay to a promotion.
Amen.
But when you say yes to that promotion, then you're responsible. If you're working in a warehouse and the whole assembly line and people you got governed by 12 people and they doing what they want to do, they're not paying attention, they talking and joking, and the thing get jammed up, then who they gonna come talk to? You. Because you the supervisor.
Come on.
They gonna say, oh, you can't even blame them people. They ain't know what they supposed to do. I'm just watching them talk. Well, you the supervisor. You're supposed to be pushing them to do their job.
Amen.
You're supposed to encourage them, motivate, whatever you got to do, but you're supposed to be helping them do their job. And so when the job is not done, they're looking at you. They ain't looking at all the people. And then when after a while, when they see that you ain't made no impact as that leader, then guess what? They demote you. And then you want to say, oh, that's the devil. No, that's you. You didn't do what you were going to do. So you blame the devil for everything. You blame him for the promotion because it took too much of your time and your energy. You didn't want to have to work with people who were calling out and stuff. So at first it was a blessing. Oh, we got more money. But then when you realize that there's a lot of responsibility, you're like, oh man, see the devil got me in this. Which one is it? Did God give you the promotion or did the devil do? You didn't make up your mind. Just make up your mind. Devil said, I'm tired of y'all. Stop calling my name. Because I ain't did nothing. It's all you waiting on me. But God is okay with you getting promotion. But he wants you to know that there's responsibility. And you are supposed to take that seriously.
Amen.
He needs you to take it seriously. Because there's somebody watching you. So when you decide that you want to spend an extra 15 minutes on lunchtime, well, they ain't watching. Well, supervisor don't even be there himself, so I'm just going to do what I'm doing. All this stuff, you just don't realize people be watching, but they watching.
Amen.
And God said, how are you going to be this great influencer if you yourself don't have the integrity to do what you're supposed to do? Whatever part you play, you should play it well. Just play it well. God just wants you to play it well. However it's going to bring increase. Play it well. Because leadership, this is what he told me. Leadership requires, I'm going to do it on my tablet. Excuse me. He said leadership requires a higher level of responsibility and submission, initiative and obedience, boldness and humility. It's a great balance. Leadership requires a higher level of responsibility and submission, initiative and obedience, boldness and humility. This is what describes a great leader. A great leader. You're willing to get in the trenches and work too. You work just as hard as anybody else to get the job done. That's a good leader. And people won't mind following you.
Amen.
Because they see that you ain't just delegating. Because that's what we think. Oh, when I'm in charge, I'm just going to tell them they ain't gonna do that. They ain't got to do that. My family. But that's why people ain't going to follow you for too long. They're going to just start ignoring you and doing what they want to do. Because they're like, they don't even do that themselves. They're going to have me running back and forth doing all this. And they just standing there watching me. How many of us had leaders like that we had to submit to? And we like, man, they ain't even doing nothing. I'm doing all this work. I'm about to pull my hair out. I'm so frustrated. Because they going to do their job. They let this person get away with this. And let this person, and you can't stand it. So how much more if you are a child of God and you lead like that?
Amen.
And then, I didn't mean this message to be nothing to make you all cringy and say, I want this to motivate you to become the great leader that you are.
Amen.
Because you see the things that are wrong. You see the problems, so you also got the solutions.
Yes.
So God needs some people that's going to bring solutions. So that's how you're going to become great, an asset to your company. They're going to look at you and say, man, they helped me solve this problem. I couldn't even figure it out. And here this person come out of nowhere, just like Joseph. He solved the problem for the king. And the king was like, okay, I can give my ring that you ain't got to submit to nobody else but me. You right up under me. God can use that.
Amen.
But he increased the level everywhere that he went. God is not a man that he gonna lie. He ain't gonna lead you wrong. He not gonna have you just struggling. He got plans for you. And he also have plans for that increase that you get.
Come on.
But we all want to be millionaires, but we ain't gonna do right. And you know you ain't. So stop lying saying you gonna do right. You ain't. So then why God say, no, I ain't saying that, baby. I hear you. I love you, but I ain't giving it to you. Because God knows our heart. He knows what we gonna be at. So when we get that $1 million, we ain't come to church for like 2 or 3 months. Pastor, I want a sabbatical. I need a break. I need a break from life. And that's like, okay, you get the money, you leave all responsibility. And that's why God can't bless us like that. But God continued to bless Abraham everywhere he went. He got more.
Amen.
And he didn't have to do much. He just obeyed. He just did what he was supposed to do. Follow God. He knew God wouldn't lead him wrong. So he was like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep going until I find where God taking me. And he kept on going. And there was a famine in the land. So he ended up in Egypt. And then Egypt, they tried to take his wife. And so the king already blessed him because the king gave him a lot of stuff there because of his wife. The king said, I give you cattle, give you sheep, I'll give you whatever you want. Donkeys, everything, gold, silver. And guess what? When the king found out that was his wife, he said, go, take your wife and everything that you got. He didn't even take it back. Because God continued to increase him.
Amen.
God continued to put him before great men. He just happened to go say, he was mainly going to save Lot, but he just happened to save everybody else that got taken away with Lot. So guess what? Here come Belshazzar. He says he was a king of Salem. And he paid him tithe. This is a king. So his tithe ain't going to be no $10 or no $20. His tithe was great. And he paid him tithe. King of Salem. See, we just hit the part that he's a high priest. We forget that he's a king of Salem.
Yeah.
So he had some money.
Amen.
And he blessed him.
Amen.
And then the king of Solomon, he tried to bless him, but he's like, nope, I swear to God, I ain't touching nothing you got. I don't want it. Just let my man eat whatever they gonna eat, and we finna go about our business. But he ain't touched it. But God blessed him everywhere that he went, just because he trusted him.
Amen.
And this